will be leading you through the September focus for 2017 for the Natural History Illustration 101 course student group on Facebook. And I have to screen share the video because my battery died in my video camera. I was going to do a live demonstration. So I'll share the slideshow with you that I've course. And we can start our slideshow. So I want to welcome you to the September focus. And we're going to cover all creatures great and small in their natural habitats. And of course, this focus is for our Facebook group for the NH1 101 2016 students group. For this focus, you'll produce a work of art that will represent the natural habitat of an animal or fish or bird, reptile, insect, etc. You should include the creature in your artwork, and the placement of that creature should be realistic, meaning that camouflage may be an important component. For example, a black bear blends into the shadows of dense bush. A snake can barely be seen amongst the leaves of the same color, and female birds may blend into their backgrounds, but male birds tend to stand out from their backgrounds to be more easily seen. Emphasis will be on drawing to scale in correct proportion, drawing, painting, accurate color and tone, and analyzing your own work. You can choose from a variety of methods to draw in proportion for both live drawing and drawing from a photo reference. Focus is not as dull as you may think. If you want to have a bit of fun, think about what creatures you coexist with. My yard shares the same environment as a mosquito, so drawing a picture of my arm with a mosquito biting me fits this focus, as long as I show the yard in the drawing. What creatures, great and small, share your own world? Nests on or near your building? Does your garden fill with frogs and then snakes that hunt the frogs? Then let your own backyard have the potential to be the inspiration for works of art with creatures in their own environment. Creating fine art. So in this focus, you'll strive to produce a piece of fine art. You've been diligently journaling, sketching, and practicing, but now is the time to really see how you've improved since signing up for the original course. You should get into the habit of making every piece of art as though it will turn out to be a masterpiece, your best work of art. You should use the best quality art supplies and supports and use your arsenal of tools and techniques learned in the course and from our own Facebook group. Imagine if you start with cheap paper and student grade paint, but you produce the best piece of art you've ever done. Your excitement would be short-lived when the paper wouldn't hang straight and the paint starts to fade. So week one, or step one, is about making choices. Choose your creature, an animal in its natural environment, which can include a pet in your home or yard, an insect or insects in their home environment, hopefully not in your kitchen, birds flying, eating, or roosting in their natural environments, which includes sitting on a nest, or any wild animal caught on camera, or one that will sit still long enough for you to draw. How will you work? Will you work from real life or from a photo reference? If you work from real life, you'll have to find a spot to draw, or get a photo reference of your creature or from another photographer. If working from a photo, you should have enough room on your table or easel to draw and measure on your photo and still have room to work on your art paper or canvas without moving around too much. You should have a place where you can walk away from your work and leave everything in place to work at a moment's notice. This way, if you have only 10 or 15 free minutes, you can jump in where you left off. Many beginner artists don't think about how they will frame their artwork. It turns out that their beautiful finished art doesn't fit a standard frame, and the cost of specialized framing is too high, so their work sits in a closet, never seeing the light of day. Choose a frame to hang your finished artwork on the wall. You'll be drawing or painting the art to fit the frame, not painting the artwork first and then trying to find a frame to fit. So if using paper, buy a frame that comes with a mat of your choice, the paper that surrounds your art paper inside the frame. If you plan to use a wrapped canvas for acrylics or oils, decide on a canvas size that will fit your wall and a frame that is deep enough to house the canvas. If you buy a standard glass frame at Walmart, it won't be deep enough to hold a 3/4 inch canvas. So go to an art store, a canvas frame that will fit your canvas properly. Choose your method of measuring to keep correct proportions. Will you use a grid to draw from life or transfer an image from photo to art paper? By using a grid, you can increase or decrease the size as needed. Instruction will be provided in step 2. Will you use a proportional divider to draw the image? You can also increase or decrease the original size with a proportional divider. And of course, instruction will be provided. Or will you use a school compass, caliper, judge proportion, and draw the image? These only transfer the same size as your original photo or your live image. And please note, we are not discussing how to use media in these instructions. You should you should already be comfortable with the media you plan to use in this focus, but it can be any media. You can use graphite pencils, colored pencils, charcoal pencils and sticks, pastels, watercolor, inks, acrylic paints and brushes, canvas, board, watercolor paper, oils. The media doesn't matter in this focus. So week 1, your homework is your biggest challenge this week. Posting your choices on Facebook and showing us your choices of what you're going to create, because this is going to be a fine work of art. So it's not just about following the steps of the focus. It's about sharing your story with the rest of our Facebook group and helping each other goals. Creating your own post on Facebook and explaining the creature you plan to draw, where in the world this creature lives, because I'm in Canada and I know a lot of you are in Australia. You could be anywhere in the world, but we want to know where you are and where your creature lives. Post how you're going to plan to set up for the drawing. Are you going to be drawing live? Are you going to be drawing in your studio, on your kitchen table? Show us the photo you plan to use or the area where you're going to be drawing. If you have a studio, show us a picture of your studio. method are you going to try? Are you going to try gridding? Are you going to try using a proportional divider? We'd like to know. And what media will you use? I personally will be working in oil paints because that's my favorite media. But what media will you be using? There is a reason for this. Posting your intent to create a piece of art will keep updated because we will be watching your progress. Tell us your story. Tell us how you plan to draw your creature. Tell us how you forgot to change your camera battery and how you had to walk all the way home to change it before you got the final picture. Beginners can get a lot of ideas by looking at how other artists set up their table, prepare their art supplies, how they plan to work. So showing us your steps will help each other prepare to create our creature in their natural habitat. And finally, please read and reply to other people's posts on a Facebook group and get involved as they go through the steps of their September focus, because that's what we are all about. Sharing our artwork, sharing our preparation and our step-by-steps, replying conscientiously, not negatively, giving suggestions. Please don't give suggestions to artists if they don't ask for suggestions, because we are all struggling to become better. But one person's best effort may not look as good as some of the more advanced artists, but it is the best they have done at that stage. We've all been there. We've all started somewhere. So if someone requests, please reply. Please help them out. Suggest how to do anything unless they request it. But I know you're all anxious to get started posting your plan, because I'm going to give you 24 hours before I post the next video and the next set of instructions to go to step 2, because I really want you to take 24 hours to plan your work, because this is going to be your masterpiece. And so thank you very much for watching. And if you have any questions, post them on our Facebook page. Also message me. If you're on the Facebook page, you know who I am. You can message me through Facebook, or you can send me an email. It is on the Facebook focus form on the Facebook group. Don't feel shy. Send us some questions and we're here to help answer you. So thank you very much for joining us today, and I'll see you on Facebook.